welcome to 2 Minutes to Think. My name is Jeswin and today we are going to discuss about a very critical topic, which is Farm Bill 2020. Now guys, my question is, after listening to these three bills, don't you feel that there is a lot of advantage for the farmers? Of course there is. Now let's see what are all the advantages, or let's see from the government's point of view, what is that they are trying to convince the farmers with. Let's understand the positive side of these three laws. So let's see the first bill. The central government says, as the price has been already decided between the buyer and the farmer, even at a point in time later, even if the market price falls down, let's assume dal as a product. A farmer who cultivates dal, he would have signed a contract with a buyer before starting his production itself. Let's assume the buyer has decided 30 rupees per kg for the dal. Now, let's say after cultivation, at the time of produce, the farmer is selling to the buyer. So as per the contract, it is sold at 30 rupees per kg. But let's say at the time of selling, as per the market price is nothing but whatever the price which is being sold in the market. That's all. So at that point in time, the market price, let's assume it is 20 rupees per kg. So the farmers are getting benefited out of this because as per the contract, it is higher in price. So they can sell it for more price, though the market price is lesser. So this is one advantage for the farmers. This is what the central government says. Now let's understand what the farmers are telling for this. The farmers are debating, saying that what if the prices are more at the time of selling? The same dal which was sold for 30 rupees per kg to the buyer, at the time of selling, if the market price is 60 rupees per kg, then the farmer will go under a loss. So this is the viewpoint of the farmer. As per the contract, he can only sell it for 30 rupees per kg, whereas the market price is higher at the time of selling. Also the farmer tells, now since it is based on a contract, there will be a lot of demands set by the buyer. In terms of quality, I need this type of quality. And there will be so many other delivery requirements which will be pitched by the buyer, and it will be clearly mentioned on the legal agreement, for which the farmer will also agree to it and he will sign it. Now, the farmers are questioning, since it is coming under a contract, there could be any kind of a manipulation. Let's say if there is a private organization, a huge private organization is signing the contract with the farmer, they can take advantage of the legal terms which is mentioned in the agreement. We all know that there are a lot of loopholes in each and every agreement, using which the lawyers will raise their point. So that's the same thing which can happen to the farmers as well, because they wouldn't be able to meet the delivery requirements of the buyer. Let's say due to any kind of natural calamity or due to variable weather conditions, that particular standard is not the resultant. Maybe it's little bit degraded. Now the buyer, he can use this against the farmer and state that as per the agreement, you agreed for this kind of a standard and quality, whereas the one which you're delivering right now is not meeting the standard or quality. So they can easily manipulate it and they can make the farmer to agree for a lesser quotation price, and they will settle that amount only. So this is a valid point which is being raised from the farmer's end. Now, let's understand what is the advantage or what does the government say when it comes to the second bill. As per the second bill, where there is no boundaries, or the farmers need not approach only the APMC within their state. They can go beyond their boundaries. They can go to a different state and also they can sell their products. So in this case, since it is an open channel, any farmer can approach any buyer who may be giving a higher price for their product outside their state. A farmer from Tamil Nadu can also travel to Maharashtra and he can sell it to a buyer who is quoting a higher price for his products. Now this is an advantage. And also online and e-commerce selling is open for the farmer. So even they can sell their products through online. So the government says there is no boundary for where you can sell and what could be your profit. You can choose whom do you want it to sell, and you can go and sell it to that particular buyer, whoever is giving you a higher price. This is the point which is being highlighted by the government to the farmers. Now let's understand how the farmers are responding to this statement. The first point, what the farmers are telling is, not all the farmers can afford to travel across their state and go to different buyers and sell their product. As per the survey, 87% of farmers in India are all considered to be middle level and small scale farmers who has very limited area of land and they are farming only within that limit. So they don't have a wide reach, or they don't have that much of affordability to travel to different states and sell their products to different buyers. There is also transportation charges and it's time consuming too. So this is what the farmers are telling. And also adding to that point, the farmers states that now since it's an open channel, anyone can come into this game. Major retail players like Reliance, Tata, who are all private organizations, these people can also get into this game and they can give a best price for the farmers. Now, at the starting it looks more attractive. But at a later stage, once all the farmers gets used to sell only to these private organizations, and there will be a contract signed as well between the farmer as well as the organization. Later on, there wouldn't be much usage or importance for this APMCs or the market union which is being supported by the government. So gradually the government will be exiting themselves out of this league and only the private organizations will be playing this game. And once it's completely dependent on the private organizations, now they can decide their own pricing and they will start manipulating it according to their wish. And there wouldn't be any control or regulation from the government's end. Also, in a worst case scenario, let's say if there is a natural calamity or due to any unavoidable circumstances, if the farmer has to face a loss, at least at present they can approach the government to ask for any subsidy, or they can ask for any favors from the government, or also a settlement amount for their loss. They can at least claim it to the government right now. But later on, after this law is passed, even they cannot approach the government because the government will be completely out of this league and the government will simply come up saying, you did not deal with us, you are dealing with that private organization. At that point in time, this would be like a monopoly which is happening right now in terms of telecommunication industry. There are only three major players, Airtel, Vodafone and Jio. We all know what happened to the rest of the other network brands and how these people went out of the game, including BSNL, which was regulated by the government itself. The same thing can happen even in food and agriculture industry. This is the claim which is raised from the farmer's end. Now let's see what is the advantage or what is the convincing statement proposed by the government to the farmer for the third bill. So as per the third bill, as we discussed, a lot of products have been removed from this essential commodities list. Now, the central government has no rights over these commodities. They are not going to decide the pricing. So the farmers can easily decide their own pricing and they can see a huge marginal profit for themselves. So this is what the central government proposes to the farmers, which also sounds like an advantage for the farmers, isn't it? Because there's no bracket for the pricing. Now let's understand what is the standpoint of the farmers for this particular statement. The farmers are telling, since there is no particular bracket for any of these products and these are all essential products, onions and potatoes are all products which people use in their day-to-day life. Now, the first claim what the farmers are raising is, these products can be easily stored in any warehouse by these major players or these private organizations and then they can sell it after creating a demand. Now this is called as an artificial demand. Artificial demand can be created and a black market can predominantly rise up just because of this practice. So this is the standpoint of the farmers. Also the farmers are supporting their point saying that finally the end consumer would be the person who will be spending a lot of money for these products. This is the reason behind the clash between the government as well as the farmers. Now, I asked a question, if you remember, why state government is opposing this act? Very simple. As we saw, the concept of APMC or the market union, this was regulated by the state government. So they can actually decide the pricing, and if the transaction happens between the buyer and the seller, a percentage of tax should be paid to the state government. Now since this APMC will be out of this league because a lot of private organizations will come down with attractive schemes for the farmers will approach them directly. So the APMC, which is a government body which is being controlled by the state government, will be out of this league. So they would not be getting that percentage of tax or that percentage of profit from the people. So they are literally against this Farm Bill 2020 because this will be controlled by the union, that is the central government. Alright, now comes the most critical question of this video. Are people concerned about this bill? Let me share a few things with you guys so you can get to know the real picture, what is happening currently in India. Currently, the protest which is happening in Delhi is considered to be the biggest protest ever happened in India in its history. So this is the first time so many thousands and thousands of people have gathered in the capital of India and they are protesting against the government. And if you are not aware of this, the entire world is talking about India, about this Farm Bill 2020 law and this protest. Media channels like BBC, Al Jazeera and all these media channels are focusing more about this protest which is happening in the capital. But my question is, how many of us who are Indian normal citizens are aware of this bill? Now let me share what is my point of view about this, guys. I am not from any farmer background. My family or my relatives are not from the farmer's background at all. But one thing I know it for sure, that every time I have my food, yes, there is a farmer who is the reason for me to have my food. So if the farmers suffer, ultimately it is going to affect you and me as a civilian. For example, if this protest is going to continue for a few more months, we won't even get food in the market. So guys, my humble request would be, I'm not asking you guys to really support the farmers or support the central government. It's completely your rights. You can definitely decide based on your point of view. I'm not going to interfere into that. But my humble request would be, guys, every citizen should be knowing what this law is all about and why the farmers are really protesting so hard even during this hard time of Corona. Let's at least take some time of ours to really understand and analyze their problem so that the smallest contribution what we can do is contribute a valid point which could be a better solution for this protest. Yes, I know a lot of people out there watching this video would be good decision makers in your own life, may it be a family, may it be in your office, may it be in the society. You may be giving better solutions. You may make better decisions. So all I request is, guys, please watch this video. Please take some time out of your daily life and look into this matter and try to contribute a valid point which can really benefit the farmers as well as the central government. So that would be my kind request, guys. Before closing this video, I wanted to share a small thought with you guys. A lot of us, including me, I'm telling, we may complain about the government, the politicians, the society, or sometimes the media. We keep complaining more and more about these factors. But how many of us know that these factors are totally controlled by you and me? We are the ones who are contributing to their actions. We may blame a particular government, but do you know who was the reason who selected that government? People. We may also complain about the media and blame the media that there is no positive news at all. But do you know who is controlling them? Yes, as per the viewers, they are posting their content. Any news channel, if today in India Very less news channels are talking about this issue which is happening there in Delhi. Though there are hundreds of people who are getting sick every day and few people have already died in the protest land. But still a lot of media channels are not even covering this news. Do you know why? Because of the viewers. The viewers, sometimes you and me, of course, show so much of attraction towards negative news or show so much of attraction towards entertainment. That could be cricket or Big Boss or any other entertaining content which is being posted. But we also fail to support these content which are being telecasted by very few media channels today. So please, my kind request would be, guys, watch this video 1 or 2 times if you did not understand it. Please post your comments in the comment section, where if you feel there is a valid point which can contribute to resolve this issue, where it can benefit the farmers as well as the government, please do suggest your comments below. Do share this video with maximum number of people. Maybe they don't have knowledge about this law and this act, farming or agriculture, etc. Even I am the same person who have nil knowledge about this. But still I took some time to contribute something back to the society. My only request would be, share it to maximum number of people till this reaches to every corner of India. Because I have observed this, whatever issue happens down in south of India will not be discussed in the north, and whatever happens in the northern states will not be discussed by the southern part of India. Now I believe this video can reach out to both the extents, and people from every corner of India would watch this and they will also come forward to contribute their thoughts and ideas to resolve this issue. So let's take a firm stand today, guys, and let's contribute back to our society. Now that's 2 minutes to think. So until I see you all in the next video, take care, cheers, love you all, bye bye.